Radiant team pick.
All right, folks, welcome back to the ADL. It is Season 2, Week number 4. It's May 2nd, and it's our last series of the evening. Top 5 versus Sneaky Nyx Assassins, and it really should be a good one here. Two of the top teams, I'd say, coming in here in Group B, and we'll see how they fare up against one another. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, guys. My name is Mott. With me tonight is What Is Hip. How are you doing, Greg?
Doing good. It's been a long day. I woke up at 6:30 this morning, and I'm rounding out some nice Dota, so I'm ready to go. Nyx, pretty dominant game last time around, so we'll see if they can continue it against top 5.
Yeah, I honestly, they played so well in that last series that it was just impressive to watch. Really strong feat for them. They didn't have their full lineup, and obviously they were playing on the USC server, so a bit rough for them around the edges, but Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they are 10-0 right now. They'll pick up the Sand King to start things off with. This might be an off-lane Sand King again for Ix. Might could be just another support that we've seen before from them, but we'll see here as we jump into the game. Obviously, I do want to give a big shout-out, and of course, welcome to Nahaz, who will be our stats man for, I believe, this game and maybe even the next one as well. He came in the last game, threw up some excellent stats, and I got to give a big shout-out to him as well. So,
and the game immediately ended afterwards. They were too awesome.
Yes, they were too many good stats, and they said, listen, we can't handle this, so...
Can't handle this out of DC, but... he's been doing some great work, much better than any of us are capable of. And, well, continuing along here, draft's underway. We've got ourselves an Invoker pick as well. And Ember actually banned out in this series. Was not touched pretty much at all, I'm pretty sure, in the last series. Wasn't even banned. And top 5 still using a ban on him.
Yeah, I don't think that's one of GDX's heroes. Sna, they didn't opt for it. Ush and Sna could play that hero pretty well. Sna could play a lot of different heroes, but we saw him play the Invoker last time around, did really well with it. The OD, we saw, I guess, some glimmer of hope. I wouldn't say glimmer. I mean, he played very well, and we didn't really get to see his full potential. But for top 5, this is a team that, honestly, they're going into the qualifiers right now, and we don't really know what to expect for them. They had a couple of missteps here and there when they first joined the ADL, but since then, they've been on kind of a tear. Other than losing to NA Rejects, I believe, they've been pretty much going undefeated for a while. If we look at the standings right now, they've got to be up there. I believe they have 7 or something like that wins going for them, at least getting close. Yeah, they're 7-3 as it stands going into tonight. So they can either end 7-5, 8-4, or I believe they can go 9-3. So we'll see. It depends. And the Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they're looking to continue their unbeaten streak right now. They're 10-0. They've played 10 games, and I think that pretty much secures them a spot, I believe.
Yeah, I think at this point they're secured a spot.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to do the math in my head.
Seems likely they're virtually secured a slot.
Well, the thing is, I'm looking at what teams still have yet to play. Top 5 have a couple more games to go, a couple more series, including this one, and then two more series after that. CNB have to play. Shadows of the Past have to play, who were doing really good in the beginning and kind of slumped. NA Rejects have 4 series to play, so I think... For the rest of the teams, no Earth Spirit, I'm pretty sure they're out. CNB, I believe, are probably out. Union's almost definitely out. Isurus, after that last series, might be out. They're now 3-5. Osiris, I believe they're out. They finished all of their games at 6-10. Shadows of the Past, they have a chance. They're 6-4 right now, so these next couple of weeks are going to be really important.
They got to win out.
Yeah.
But Treant picked up once again for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins, and sorry in advance for any dog sounds. My roommate is away, and my dog is he's just tearing up the room right now.
I heard some leash shaking.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten his proper exercise today, so he's just ripping things up. So hopefully he behaves himself. Yeah. But
that's all right, no problem there. I'm sure the viewers don't mind hearing a dog every so often on stream.
Yeah, he doesn't bark at all, so that's really not an issue.
Well, you say that, but all of a sudden he'll start barking, and then we'll see what happens.
I think I've heard him bark I think we've had him for a couple months, and I think he's barked like twice. So, yeah. Well, not too worried. But second round of bans here: Naga Siren, Marana, as well as the Spectre and the DK. DK's gotten really popular, and you might be able to just blame that on Korok.
It's Korok.
Korok's been playing some unreal Dragon Knight. Changed his name to Knight for a couple of games, and
he's just done. Korok's the only person that can do that and won't get made fun of because he's fucking Korok, first of all. Secondly, he's played some absolutely unreal DK.
Yeah.
And it's one of his heroes, man. And he played some other heroes like Ursa here and there and TA as well, but he's one of those DK pickers, and he plays them real well. I gotta give him props there. Top 5, they'll pick up the Clockwork, and that actually makes it so Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they can't go for it now, which is, like we talked about, I believe it's 11-0 for IX Mike since this team has been formed, and we're not talking about since WWD, we're talking about since Sneaky Nyx Assassins formed as a team, and I believe that was Kalagai's stat who gave it to me, but yeah, it's 11-0 now.
Seems likely.
He has yet to lose a game in the ADL on the Clockwork, and that's absolutely unbelievable to me. But the more we talk about Sna, the less I think we focus on top 5, and I feel like top 5 are. We saw them yesterday, and what Pat Sol can do. This is a very, very strong team. It really comes down to what core they pick up for Pat Sol, I feel like, half the time.
Yeah, I think in the hands of a really farm heavy support or a farm heavy carry, someone like a Gyro, we've seen Patzel really go to work. The problem is that some of those heroes don't have the best laning phase, so it always seems like top 5 is walking into the game, into the part where they're really strong with just a small disadvantage, and sometimes they're able to bring it back, sometimes they're not. Sometimes the courier dies with a rapier on it and they lose the game. And, those are the risks you run with those sort of lineups. But yesterday we saw them on the Doom, and that seemed to work very well for them. So yeah. I wonder if that's going to be back in this series.
And before that, it was the Mirana, I believe, the game before that.
Yeah.
And strong played both of those games, honestly. And, well, I talked about it a bit in the last game, but Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they love their Wraith King. Whether Snot plays it, whether Ush plays it, whether they play it as a support. I've seen Fluff play it as a support and play it very well. You would think with the Sand King and a Treant Protector that Wraith King is probably going to be a core, but like I said before, Mike has done that off-lane Sand King before, and on the Radiant side, it might not be that bad. You'll have to grab Sentries maybe, and maybe top 5 are thinking that it's probably going to be that, Wraith King kind of core, but who knows? Anything's really possible here with this draft the way it is right now, so I'm excited. I don't know. It really comes down to these next couple of picks here. In fact, top 5, they've got 50 seconds left for bonus time. They'll pick up the Earthshaker, and That's
kind of an interesting pick.
I like it because Fisher's going to do a nice job blocking the Treant Wraith King, and even his Sand King to a certain extent. But Rubik coming out, and now, that even raises a couple more questions, I'd say.
Yeah, this kind of looks like it maybe has to be a core Wraith King.
Yeah.
Unless they run like a mid Rubik, which we haven't seen in quite a while. Which just doesn't have a lot of damage in the mid game. Although stealing Fisher is pretty brutal. But I think that at this point we can probably safely conclude this is a core Wraith King.
I think it's first of all, yeah, that makes the most sense. The core Wraith King is probably going to be coming out, but Rubik is going to be really good against the Clockwork, throw him back in the cogs or out of the cogs or what have you. Sand King though, it looks more and more likely that this is an off lane or at least solo safe lane Sand King coming out. They could dual lane again, which they did in the first series, and might make it work a bit better.
True.
And they have that option, but it comes down to the last pick. Top 5, they still have to pick a carry for their team. Their lineup is a bit more rounded, I guess, or well-rounded, I'd say. Something you'd see more often in competitive Dota. But Sna, they've had really crazy drafts. And Fluff, I feel like, has gotten to this point where, like, he used to be kind of this kind of really passive drafter, and now he's kind of innovative. Not that he wasn't before, but...
Yeah, I mean, he's been trying out some different lineups, and I think this is the time to do it, I mean, we've been talking about it all week since it's been announced, the TI qualifiers, but, Sna are a team that are really looking to excel in that, and I think there's a huge possibility for them to either win that or, come out in second place and head to Seattle anyway, so...
Yeah.
I mean, they look really good, and you look at the other teams in the NA qualifiers, and, Liquid obviously is one that you have to say have a good shot or might even be the favorite, but... NA Rejects as well in there, but Sna, they've been playing quite well, and I really like that they're doing this. They're trying to figure out some different strategies, some things like you were talking about that teams just aren't familiar seeing, and sometimes you just get free wins if teams aren't used to something and they lane against it incorrectly. You just win.
Yeah, and right now they're probably going to be picking up their mid hero here, but they have to now deal with an anti-mage played by Pat Sol from top 5, one of his really core heroes. They'll go for the Templar Assassin, and I love this pickup. Really good up against that Invoker early on in the game. Refraction's really strong and very tough to deal with. They don't really have many abilities that will help go against that. So Templar Assassin fits very well in this lineup for Sneaky Nyx Assassin, but they still have to deal with that AM, which is difficult to deal with at the very best if he gets farm. So we'll see.
Pretty bad for the Wraith King as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it just takes away the possibility of reincarnation pretty easily.
Yeah.
And right now, Us just picked up the TA and Sna on the Wraith King, so this seems... I don't imagine this is how it's going to stay. Unless is Ush the TA player for them?
I don't know. That's the thing. Ush and Sna have rotated between mid and kind of core farming. They're like It's like the 1-2 kind of thing that you've seen so often. And Sna usually plays mid, at least from what I've seen. But
yeah, usually. Definitely.
In this game, maybe not so much. I mean, he'll probably be farming that core Wraith King, but what items do you go for? I think maybe a Blade Mail. Just kind of to deter from the AM like hitting you and kind of just, burning your mana away. So we'll wait and see, as we are going to get a quick pause from Fluff, who looks like we have an AFK on our hands for Sneaky Nick's Assassins here, and we are moments away from hopefully entering the game, guys. Big shout-outs to not only Greg for joining me, but Nahaz as well. And this will be the last series of the night. Sneaky Nick's Assassins versus Top 5.
So, I don't know, man. Who do you favor here heading into this? I mean, Top 5 has Pat Sol on the AM.
Yeah.
And on the other side of things, we've got a pretty innovative lineup here for Nick's Assassins. Who do you favor?
I feel like in the past, if we've seen Sna dictate the play early on, they'll win. And because they're facing up against an AM, they've got to win early or at least be aggressive early on. If it goes late, they still have the possibility to win the game, but they really can't allow the Sam to farm up too heavily. And they might even aggro trialing because of that. They have the ability to do so with the heroes they've got. But yeah, IX Mike is on the Sand King, so I called it, I guess, everybody. I just want everyone to know that. Boom. Called it.
This is kind of neat. Does he just do like a normal build and then go to the jungle?
Yep. Yeah, for the most part. I mean, he'll stay in lane unless he gets shut down. He could Sandstorm, and they won't really be expecting him, so they might not have sentries for him either, which is really cool. Like, he could just Sandstorm, and he can go to lane and just do that, but
kind of nifty.
That's
what I'm talking about is you pick heroes, and if they miss lane against you or don't bring sentries or something, then, it's not a free win, but it's, a free lane win, so
I think
things like this are pretty important. I think when you're playing in huge tournaments like TI, they've just got an extremely long format, so it's important to have strategies like this.
Yeah, I agree. The more I'm thinking about it right now, though, the more I'm thinking like it's not going to be an aggro tri lane, just because Fluff is like, anytime Mike or anybody needs farm in the jungle, he stacks up so much. He'll stack up these camps, and he'll even like sacrifice his farm for it. Whitebeard will do the same thing, but I'm not sure.
And Nahaz mentioning here that Sand King has been seen quite a bit in 6.81, and Fogged is someone that we have seen quite a bit. And, unrecorded on Dad Dota, I think, is the Summit pre-qualifiers, where I think Fogg played Sand King.
Yeah, he did.
Pretty much every single game, and they won every single game. And he's just got such great versatility, It's like what we've been seeing lately is if you can go to the jungle, if you get shut down in lane, you're like instantly a good pick. Bat Rider, Darkseer to a point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heroes like that who can take advantage of that extra farm.
Here's a question I raised to you. Do you think Sand King is too good because he has the ability to Sandstorm jungle? And if that's the case, do they nerf it? Because if they do, I feel like he's not viable anymore after that.
Yeah, it's just unplayable. I don't think it's a problem. Like, it creates exciting gameplay. It's not like he's unbeatable or anything either. Like, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know though.
I mean, it's strong, but
I guess we'll see. Like, once teams start banning him out first tier ban.
Yeah,
maybe that's.
I don't think it's at that point because it's not like a bat or something where like you get ulted and instantly like. It just seems it's like a different kind of hero for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. With you.
I think a hero that can manipulate space is like probably some of the strongest in Dota, like Rubik, Bat Rider. Heroes like that. Yeah. Sand King doesn't really have that capability. He just has a really strong stun and a really good ult. But like he's got a third skill which is just completely useless.
Caustic Finale's
not okay. That's a complete exaggeration, but completely useless the current way he's played.
If you get a couple of creeps nearby and you burrow strike them and you burrow strike somebody else,
I used to solo against Sand King with Caustic Finale. You don't have to tell me, but currently people don't like it too much.
Yeah, I got you. All right, well, we are going to head into the game, guys, and it looks like it will be this aggressive tri lane now coming out, or at least some early aggression coming out from Sneaky Nick's Assassins. We'll have Whitebeard on the Treant Protector leading everything off here. Snah, he'll be on the Wraith King. Jank Snah, as he used to be called, I believe. IX Mike 88 on the Sand King coming out. Looks like, well, Fluff and Stuff on the Rubik once again played so well in that first game. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Stealing toss and what have you all over the place. And to round it all out, Ush, the mid laner, who had a really dominant performance on that Shadow Fiend in the first game of the evening.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other side of things, we've got Top 5, up-and-coming team. They've been playing fairly well recently, but it's going to be Shanks on the Earthshaker, whatever on the Ancient Apparition, Pat Sol, the hard carry, and we've certainly seen him carry some games for Top 5 on the Anti-Mage. In the mid lane, it's going to be Fly on the Invoker. And all the way down bottom, it's Respect on the Clockwork.
That's right. So this is actually a really interesting matchup, and one of the matchups we'll see at the TI4 qualifiers, I believe. And a team that I think Top 5 has been around forever, man. They've been around for a long time. This is a team that's very versatile. I believe there are actually a bunch of Asian players that play in North America.
The battle
and Pat Sol, it's been some musings on the forums and other places about his attitude when it comes to
ranked
playing
matchmaking.
Dota. Yeah, and ranked matchmaking in general. We're not going to get into that, but Yeah, I don't know. Sneaky Nyx Assassin's probably the clear favorite in this game, but with the draft, I don't know. It's going to be difficult, I feel like, up against an anti-mage. They really need to make sure he can't farm, but they're rotating right now.
Yeah, they're already rotating. He's heading down towards bottom.
Yeah, they're going to dodge.
This is pretty smart. This matchup becomes pretty easy for him now. As long as he gets a level in mana break pretty soon, he can play pretty up on Mike and just drain all his mana. It doesn't take too many hits to make it so he can't burrow you anymore. And then at that point, you have pretty free reign over the lane. Although, maybe Mike does pick up Caustic Finale. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't see him doing that
doubt
really.
it.
He needs to have that jungle going his way, and that means he'll either miss a point burrow or Sandstorm. Those abilities are too good to pass up, because Sandstorm actually does a lot of damage too. Like, even in like a fight, like, you just burrow strike in, you Sandstorm, like, that's too much damage to deal with. Whitebeard's giving the harass to respect in this top lane right now, and he doesn't seem to mind. Up here as well as Shanks, they're going to 2-1-2 this for the time being. Fluff is going to rotate down bottom and make sure Mike has free farm there as well, or at least decent farm, and make sure that the AM can't get too much done. Ush is leading the way in last hits, and no surprise there until you get maybe some Exhort levels up for the Invoker, or even Wex, and you can get some more levels going your way. Ush will probably have free reign over this lane for some time, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a pretty textbook matchup that just has a big advantage in favor of one hero, and Ush definitely will have the edge in this lane. Just has so much more damage with Refraction. Makes it really hard to last hit for Fly, and he's sitting on 83 damage versus 52, so quite a big difference there, and it makes this lane pretty easy for Ush.
Fly's like holding that point either in Exhort or Wex right now. We don't know really what he's going for just yet, but we'll see him. We'll see what he goes for in just a second. Top lane, Sna getting 5 last hit 6 right now. Respect getting caught out of position a bit, but he's got Cog, so in the event that he does get caught out, he should be okay. I don't really know if there's a way that he's getting close to kill him. Not without telekinesis and what have you, so... 9 last hits for the anti-mage for Pat Soul, and this is what we've seen before. Like, he's getting off to a good start now, and usually he doesn't quite get there. Now a haste rune up for Shanks. Maybe they can try to go for a kill on Fluff. He's going to try to go through the trees. He's going to get blocked off. Now the cold feet. There's the Fissure. He's going to feed away first blood, it looks like. Will he get latched up? He will. Whatever, getting the kill there, and just, I guess, standard stuff, but they get a kill, and they run it back top lane. Getting caught out, Whitebeard about to fall. Will he? Yes! Wow. That could have been so good for Nyx, but they lose Whitebeard at the end there, and Sna will have to salve up as well.
That was unfortunate. Just sometimes you get stuck in those cogs, and Clockwork did his job, man. Although he died, he was able to bring a hero down with him. Unfortunately, not getting XP for that, but still picking up a little bit of extra gold. Still good for whatever. He's happy with that. Lets him purchase up some boots.
Yeah. But this aggressive try now coming out for top 5 here, and this is going to be tough, I feel like, for Mike and Fluff. We'll see if they can continue onward. EMP's going to go mid. Ush getting caught out. Will he lose that mana? No, he's got way too much time to get away from that cold snap, so he actually had his Bottle Crow. Didn't even have enough mana for Refraction anyways, but Ush is going to be fine here. Still with 13 last hits going his way. Fly did go for Wex, so the Quas Wex Invoker, very real. EMP, the change there might not be good enough of a change to really, I guess, change the way this game is played. Yeah, I think it's fine.
I think that nerf was really aimed at like the very early laning phase where like you'd EMP a Storm and then there's just nothing they can do. Yeah. And with a good Tornado, it's still fairly easy to set up EMP. Mike actually has gone for a level in Caustic Finale here.
Wow,
to try to get this lane under control. I'm not too surprised, but it is a strong ability. It's just, like you said, he's sacrificing Sandstorm, but I guess he knows since he is farming in this easy lane, he's not going to have a problem picking up some extra levels.
Yeah, well, Pat Soul, he's getting decent CS right now. He has boots, he's got a Quelling Blade, but he's very far from his Battle Fury. It's still very early on, though, so... Well, we'll see Whitebeard make a rotation. He's going to come through. He's going to look for this DD rune. He's going to find it. Fly trying to pick it up. He'll grab it instead. Leech Seed's going to go. Fly in trouble. He might be able to use Ghost Walk. He doesn't have Invoke anymore. There's going to be the Cold Snap coming through. I don't think Whitebeard cares, though. He's going to try to go for this kill. Wrapping around to the backside, though, is Ush. Meanwhile, the Cogs to deter Sna from following up. Fly, I think, might be dead here. He's going to right-click him some more. Ush does not have side traps. One more right-click will do the job. Whitebeard just fast enough. Ghost Walk, no Tornado, keeping him alive. He's going to eat his way through. He can't make it, and Fly's going to save his life with a well-placed Tornado. That was close.
He's going for it still. I think he can't get it.
I don't think he can get it. He has no mana for Leech Seed, and even if he did, I don't think that'd have been...
Yeah, he did have slight move speed advantage on him, but that was a great Tornado there for the Invoker. Ghost Walk does cost a ton of mana, so he actually didn't have enough from the start there. Cost 200 plus 20 to invoke it, so he was at like 205. Unfortunately, he wouldn't have been able to get that one off, but still a really great reaction from Fly to keep himself alive there. That would have been a brutal kill for him. Like, he would have lost a ton there.
Yeah, but you could argue that he's still wasting a lot of time by going back home.
Of course. It's still a huge loss.
Yeah, they will give the lane to Shanks here, which solo experience for support is really what you need desperately early on, and it's not surprised that it's happening. Pat's still getting caught out right now. Cold Feet did go on Ice. Mike, he'll get Living Armored again from Whitebeard, but Pat's still now getting deterred from further farming here. Mike goes for the Arcane, something we don't see too often anymore. Getting that mana early on, but I guess that makes sense.
A little more lately since these Sand Kings have taken up a slightly different role, but now they're moving forward. Nope, misses just on creeps. But I think when you're safe lane farming like this, it's fine. He's also pushing the lane out quite a bit with Caustic Finale, so he still has the opportunity to go to the jungle if he needs to as well. So
he's got 21 CS, man. Mike is farming up a Storm there, and that's pretty great, I'd say. That's decently good guy. Decently good farm coming up for...
Ush going on fly in the mid lane, though.
Yeah. Gonna throw the side trap down, but Fish is gonna fly. Ush getting caught out on the wrong side of a tornado as well. He's only got mana for Meld Strike. He actually is gonna die here. Living Armor not gonna keep him alive. Too much of a dive coming out. Nice turnaround from top 5, and Fly getting the kill there.
Yeah, quite a good rotation there from Shanks to keep that one in. That Fisher was definitely the key because he could have just walked away. Otherwise, he had Meld Strike. He would have been very quickly out of the tower vision, and he could have just Meld Strike.
Nice kill bottom. Mike got to get last hit with the Cold Feet? No. And that's level 6 for him as well. He's got Epicenter now. All right.
Yeah, this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, but definitely decent for lane control. I mean, we're seeing he pushes Pat a lot in the lane. Now he has a Ring of Health, so it should be a little bit easier for him to stick around the level in Spell Shield as well. But
yeah,
Caustic Finale is a lot of damage. 90 damage. You hit 3 creeps. That's a ton.
Sna's dead. Ix Mike rotated up, but unfortunately cannot help out Sna, who got caught out. No mana to use his Wraithfire Blast or even his Reincarnation, which he just got skilled. And that means that he'll go down. And all of a sudden, top 5 are looking really decent in this game. They're making a bit of room for AM to farm, not too much. There's still a gold lead going for Sna, but not as much as you'd like to see maybe for them. And this early game, which they have a very early game-oriented team, is not coming together as well as they might hope. So I guess it's a little too early to say.
It's still pretty early, yeah. I think maybe... It depends how they use Sna here. He's just gone for the Hellfire stats build. He doesn't have a single level in Vampiric Aura, doesn't have a single level in Mortal Strike. How is he going to play this? It looks like he's maybe just going for a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that makes sense. He could go for a Midas maybe, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, that's true.
He could also rush a Radiance, which we've seen a couple times on Wraith King, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure how good that build is, but it's definitely a possibility.
I think... And also Blade Mail too. Sometimes you get Blade Mail before your treads. You don't even get treads at that point. He'll probably go for a BKB at some point, I'd imagine.
Gives you some mana.
Blade Mail is really good against, I think, the Anti-Mage here. I think it's probably the best choice. I don't think Radiance is going to be as good, and I don't think Blink Dagger early on is really going to help you that much. But I've been wrong before. He actually bought something. It is the Midas recipe, so yeah, he did go for it.
Haste. All right, well... Interesting, and Ush is going for Midas as well, and Nahaz pointing this out. This is definitely a very new school build, and it seems to work pretty well because it gives you extra levels on the TA, which is something that's really important to you. The farm is great, but the levels are huge amounts of damage. Wow, huge engagement in the jungle, though.
Nah, he doesn't want to get hit up with an EP. I'm still sure he did, but Mike's going to come through. Burrow Strike onto 2 right now. They'll get the kill into Clockwork finally. Fly, Wraithfire Blast on him. He has the Haste Rune. It's about to run out. Leech Seed not available for 2 seconds, but they're going to get this kill nonetheless. Nice rotations from Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They'll pick up the kill. They'll pick up 2, in fact, and they'll even up the score at 4-4.
Sneaky Nyx Assassins have done a great job through all the recent games I've seen of just reacting to what's going on in the game very intelligently, making smart rotations, and they continue to do that, and it's making a big difference in their play, getting that double kill there, helping even things back up a little bit in their kill score. Ush pretty soon is going to be moving along very nicely on some pretty big items with this Midas already done.
Oh, wow.
So he is farming up stacks as well. So
yeah, this is what we've seen too, is if you've got time, go to the jungle, farm up some stacks. I'm surprised nobody's taking that mid experience like Ix Mike. Well, he doesn't really need it, but maybe somebody along the lines of Whitebeard or Fluff. But for top 5...
hook up for a gank right now. He's a smoke.
Who does, Fluff?
Mike.
Mike does. Maybe they will. Yeah, he does have that Smoke of Deceit ready to go. They have the Midas now and the Templar Assassin. They'll get a TP mid from Fluff as well. Hook shot in. It just misses, but it lands anyways. The stun hits on Ush. Maybe in trouble here. Burrow Strike might come through. It does, but the EMP hits him as well. The Epicenter going. Oh, it just got canceled. Mike now alone. 2 down, it looks like, are going to go for Snob. Maybe not. Mike will live. One more right click will fly chase after this. That last one's going to go and gets the double just in range. Now, there we go. The lead sheet coming in. Fly taking the Hammer Fist. There's the Fisher. Is it enough to stop this aggression? It looks like it will be. Spell was stolen. It's Tornado. Will he throw it to try to get this kill? It does hit, but it's not enough damage. They're so close to the Fade Bolt not flying through and not connecting. Very close. 1 for 2 trade. Really great EMP. Really great hook shot coming in from the Clockwork as well for top 5, turning that around.
The Tornado canceling Mike's Epicenter was pretty huge as well. If that had gotten off, that would have been a fairly clean fight for Sneaking Assassins, I think. But something to note, Mike did grab the kill on the Clockwork on the way out with a Caustic Finale explosion. So it's doing stuff, man.
New meta.
It's doing stuff. I think 1 point is more than enough, but
yeah, but he's not jungling with
Sandstorm. Seems to be working pretty well.
He can Sandstorm jungle now. He's got 2 points into it. It's not as bad, and well. 2 creeps, alright.
It's still only 10 minutes, so...
Yeah, he won't have that Blink Dagger as early as we usually see it from maybe somebody like Fogged or something, but...
Yeah. He did buy Arcanes, though, so...
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he's bought Smoke, some Dust as well, so... He's had some expenses.
The problem right now is, though, they're letting top 5 farm very, very well. 60 CS, Ush is the only one beating him, and he's on a TA that doesn't really require farm as much. A Battle Fury is going to be coming very soon. He has nothing else in the Courier, but Broadsword and Voidstone are not too far away. You're talking about 875 for the Voidstone and then 1200 for that Broadsword, so he's very close to it right now, and he won't have treads with it, obviously. It'll be maybe 13 or 14 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, I think 13 is a pretty good estimate if he keeps farming like this. I don't know if they're going to let that happen, though.
Yeah,
there are smokes from the mid lane. I'm not sure if they're looking for the Invoker here. Looks like they're going to go all the way to top lane. Yeah. They know that this is a problem. They need to be able. They just need to kill Patzl, and they need to make sure he can't start ramping up an advantage.
Whitebeard have Overgrowth yet? No, he doesn't. But they have Tornado, which they'll probably initiate with. They will. There they go. Telekinesis is going to fly next, potentially.
Nice lift.
Burrow Strike's going to go through in a second. Do they have the damage? Melstrike already read. Nice Fade Bolt. They get the kill with the TA. That is just, that's textbook. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. They keep the stuns right in line. They have an initiation order there, but they keep everything moving along. Doesn't have a chance to blink out. He almost got the blink before the lift, but very convincing kill for them on Patzl.
Getting brought down bottom. If Snot falls here, he's got Reincarnation. This is not an issue. They're going to slow him down. They'll waste the Reincarnation, which is level 1. He'll Wraithfire Blast now on Shanks. Will they turn this around here? They've got somebody coming in. It's going to be the Sand King. Mike is getting close. They'll cog up right now. They'll try to keep leaving here. Wraithfire on cooldown for a second. He's not going to use it. Mike said maybe go for it, but top lane, now they're trying to fight Fly. Fly has Ghost Walked. Ice Blast is going to come through, and the Tornado to hit up as well. They got hit by both the EMP. They're on the run right now. Tornado coming through, excuse me, the TP, rather, coming through from whatever. Ush throws up the Refraction just in time. Will they get this kill? Leechy's going to fly. Whitebeard might just go down himself just to try to keep Ush alive. Mana Void getting juked there through the fog. Nice telekinesis. They will not go for this kill. Ush is going to try to turn this around, rather. He's running them. Side traps coming through. Everybody TPing top right now for top 5. Whitebeard is in the trees. They should see him. The Flare's going to catch him out of position, and Whitebeard probably will die. No, he avoids the Tornado. Snas here as well. No Reincarnation, however. This is turning into a brawl coming out as Mike is on his way to the top lane now.
They are sparring here.
Oh, Fly gets Wraithfire blasted. Snas running in. They want to man up right now. Mana Void is going through. Well, hasn't been used yet. Burrow Strike is up right now. EP's flying. This is there, but they're going to get the kill on whatever. Just manning up, but there's the hook shot. Hits on Ush. They dust up as well, but the Melstrike coming in right now. Epicenter hasn't been used yet. Now chasing after the Clockwork, deciding against it, turning their attention to Patzl. They'll back off now. They'll get the kill. Double kill now for Ush going in. And grabbing that Clockwork, Shanks getting Wraithfire blasted. Long-winded fight going through. There's the side trap again. A nice Fisher coming in, hitting on 3. Mike about to burrow. Patzl gonna blink away just in time. Mike taking tower damage here. He's gonna enchant. He's gonna go down. He tried to Sandstorm. Ush looking for the Melstrike. He's dominating. That could have been a triple, but wasn't. Fly getting dove. Look at this fight going for about 2.5 minutes or so. Snot gets hit up with the AA ult. He might fall to it. He's got to back off. The side trap. Ush, ring around the rosy. We go. The Wex to move speed. The right clicks. One more will do the job, but here comes the Clockwork. Ush, he doesn't get caught up in it. The Tornado long range from Fluff. That'll grab the kill. He got back in the fight. Wraithfire blast. The crit goes through. Ush is gonna man up. Battery assault. He really wants now. Nice living armor coming out from the Tree of Protector. We're not done yet, or are we? Fluff with a double kill. Top 5, one after another will TP in and continue to die, but maybe now it's time for them to back off here. Whitebeard is back in the engagement. The earn charge on Shanks. They've got to get back now. It's too long, too much of a fight here. Or is it? There's the leech seed, the telekinesis, IX Mike with the burrow strike. Shanks is dead with the fade bolt, and the caustic finale to finish it all off.
How can you not love this, man? This is the kind of Dota that I love seeing. I mean, they're just fighting everything. This is quite good. And this is a pretty interesting stat. Urn of Shadows, and you know, I have to say, Fluff, he's been playing unbelievably well this game.
He is on point right now, man.
Blog Boy is delivering.
He's like the last 3 games he's been really
Yeah, that tornado was insane at the very end there.
Yeah, like, and Pat Soul, that Battle Fury that we thought was going to be 13 minutes, guess what? It's 15 minutes, not even there yet. So, and there's a Blink Dagger now done for the Wraith King coming out, and I had could not figure out what the spell was called. It's Mana Break. For the life of me, I just kept saying like Mana Void, Void Stone. I kept calling it a bunch of different things, so I apologize about that. My head's not in the right place when it comes to the AM, but there's a Blink Dagger out on Ush, and yeah, Mana anything. I would have said Mana Burn, but that's the Nyx spell, so.
Close enough.
Yeah.
People know what you mean.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's okay.
Right.
But Snot, with this Blink Dagger, the Nyx Assassins are going to look to be more aggressive here, I think. It's a pretty clear declaration when you pick this up. Ush is going to be their main physical damage dealer. He's picked up a Blink Dagger as well, so their initiation range
have a lot
is
of blinks. But Mike is sitting on...
Yeah, Mike has one too.
He's sitting on an Observer Ward right now. He's dead. He'll burrow out, but he'll die in the end, and he got it off on Shanks. But yeah, that Observer Ward, they know that it's there. He pings it out now, so they will not go there, at least until they try to counter ward it together as a team. So, yeah, that's a common place to die when, you know, there's obviously an Observer Ward there. Reincarnation's about to be up, and it's level 2 Reincarnation as well, so the cooldown not as long. It'll be, what? About 2.5 minutes, I believe, something like that. 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's 2.5. I mean, this is, I think, when you're starting to look to be a bit more aggressive here. Not quite the just completely ridiculous cooldown of 60 seconds yet, but he's working towards it. And with 3 Blink Daggers, they're going to be looking to get pickoffs here. I think they want to keep killing Patzel if possible.
Yeah, his Battle Fury just completed at 60 minutes, and that's without Shreds, mind you. And Tornado, ooh, he just blinked away from it.
What a spell to steal as a Rubik, though. You have such a nice mana pool. You can just spam it.
Yeah, you could argue a lot of the Invoker spells are really good, but like Tornado's one of the best, I'd say. EMP's pretty good. I mean, any real spell that you could steal is probably fine, but they have almost a 10k gold lead. It's right up above 7,500. Experience-wise, it's about 7,500 experience, so the thing is, Pat Soul, he was so close to that Battle Fury not too long ago, and then he got shut down, and those fights were just a bit too clowny up at that top lane, and all of a sudden... He gets a Battle Fury at about 17 minutes or so, and now he's just got to farm his treads into that Manta style or of Vlads if he wants to, but...
He's quite behind, though.
Yeah, he is.
This is, you know, normally around... If you're at, like, perfect situation for AM, you want to be, like, probably having your Yasha at this point. So, he's definitely a fair bit behind. The question is it enough? Because we know Patzel can farm extremely well, so can the Nyx Assassins capitalize on their advantage here? They've picked up the Blink Daggers, I think, to do so. I think this is a smart move. They want to press their advantage. They know their heroes are really good right now. They've got tons of damage on Ush just from his levels, and he's got an Overclock. We're going to be building towards the BKB as well.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be the choice. And they'll take this tier 1 tower, and it's a surprise it's still up at this point in time, but that's more gold going for them. And getting those outer towers killed and starting to get map control against Pat Soul is going to be huge. You cannot let him split push. You cannot let him farm freely in his own jungle, which he's going to try doing right now. There's a gank coming through. Ush sees where he is. He's got the Blink Dagger. He's got side traps as well. Pat Soul will back away. He'll get chased down. It seems like they're not going to go for it, though. And I think it was the Observer Ward maybe helping him out there to a certain extent. But a gank train now up on Sna, and the EMP's about to fly. It will hit. He's got no mana to reincarnate. Now he is in trouble. Cold Snap doing some work. He'll use his power treads to intelligence, but still no mana to reincarnate just yet. He's getting close now. They'll earn him up. They will use the Arcane Boots, and boom, back to full in terms of mana. Now he can go ham here. The EMP down for a couple of seconds at the very least, but top 5 are going to congregate in that mid lane.
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird game here. Patzel is actually almost maxed out Spell Shield at this point. This is definitely pretty unusual, but he's feeling a lot of pressure. He's feeling a lot of magic damage from the Sand King, from, you know, even the Wraithfire Blast is a problem for the AM, so this is how you know an AM's feeling the pressure, man, when he's maxing out Spell Shield at this time.
Yeah, I mean, he's even gone to the extent of farming the enemy's team jungle. Rubik's going to come through. He'll steal Blink, which is a nice spell to have against Pat Soul. He'll blink it forward. He'll telekinesis. He's just saying, hey, man, I got your number. Stam was here to help out as well, who TP'd to the tier 1 tower. Tier 2 tower top is going to fall down. They can't even go for the tier 1 tower mid for top 5. They're going to run right into each other, however. They'll blink away from Ike's Mike. He cannot fight. He's got to go ahead.
Run, Whitebeard.
Well, looks like they're going to get out of there. Whitebeard is going to make his way out. He has overgrowth. He might need to use it now. Gem of True Sight is picked up before he dies. That's a nice buy. Really nice buy coming out from Whitebeard before he dies.
That's really smart. Picking that up right before. And this is just continuing with the same plan here. Sneaky Nyx Assassin are really looking to press their advantage right now. I mean, the gold graph reflects it as well. It's 7,500 at this point. It's actually up to 10k now that it's updated. They're farming the map quite well. They're keeping Pat Soul basically in the base. And, you know, picking up that gem is going to help with this as well. They're going to de-ward. Wards like this that got IX Mike killed aren't going to be there. And just make it so they can continue cranking on this pressure and continue to keep Pat Soul confined to very specific areas and just try to get kills. And this Invoker, I have to say, he's had a bit of a rough time as well. Only 53 CS and 3 kills for him. At 20 minutes, really not what you're looking for. Only has a drum phase and half of a 4-staff, so.
It's been rough for him, but did you see Nahas's last stat?
Yeah.
That's like, how do you find stats like that, dude?
I don't know, man. You're a fucking magician.
He really is, honestly. He is a goddamn magician when it comes to those stats. So,
look at these.
Like, where do these come from, dude?
You are a fucking magician, sir. I'm just in awe.
Yeah, some good stats coming out from Nahas. Shoutouts to him, obviously, but we're still in this game, obviously.
Assassins, yeah, they have a huge advantage, but honestly, we have seen Pat Soul come back from.
He's the miracle worker for top 5, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. He is his back must supposed to be sore at night. I wonder if he sleeps with a heating pad.
I'm sure he's had to see a doctor about it. Maybe get some sort of like naproxen, or maybe even a step up if he's feeling too rough afterwards, but. The items that are coming up for Sneaky Nyx Assassins are going to start to be a little daunting in the face of top 5. That's the BKB that we were talking about earlier for Ush, and I'm surprised he didn't have it earlier. He probably would have if he didn't go for that Midas, but he's been CSing well. He's been killing a lot of heroes. He's been involved in a couple of fights despite his 2 deaths. I mean, he's done well. He's done everything that he's needed to do in this game. They're still walking over this observer ward. Mike died there, and he pinged it out. How do they not, like, unless this is a bait, which I don't think it is.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to engage the TA at this point. Like,
Clockwork's thinking about it. He's got the hook shot ready, man. He might go on the Sna, though, instead of obviously the TA who TP bottom to try to take down Pat Soul potentially. A couple more TPs coming through. Snot will also be one there. They'll flare out, which doesn't give the vision. Blink forward, Burrow from both the... They're going to epicenter, Mike. That was not necessary. There was rune on Ush. That is a victory epicenter if I have ever seen one.
Every time they killed Pat Soul is a huge blow to top 5 because at this point... Their eggs are in the anti-mage basket, you know. Invoker can help them from getting pushed in, but he's not really going to be a huge source of damage here. There's still not a mech done for the Clockwork. The Earthshaker is trying to build a Blink Dagger, but it's still 1,000 gold away, and Sneaky Nyx Assassins are just going to continue cranking on the pressure with this Blink. They're so mobile. With the Meld and the DD, they're going to go for Roche here.
Oh my god, Snot's going to get a Mjolnir
maybe
too.
Not.
They can go for Roche, I think, and... Pat Soul's not alive, and
I think they want to kill someone first. They're a little afraid of getting hook-shotted. Hook-shot into Roche is quite brutal.
Yeah, I agree.
Screw up everything.
They've pushed... Oh, God, if these tier 2 towers weren't here, they could absolutely go for it, but they're there, and they know that it's going to be kind of an issue, so... Maybe they'll try to push in. It's unfortunate that Mike used that epicenter in that last engagement. He really didn't need to, honestly. He could have just waited, and... a bit of a misplay there. It's down for 55 seconds now. Maybe look for Pat Soul. Burrow Strike is going to hit up on him right now. Can they get this kill? Fisher's going to come out. Pat Soul is going to try to kill Mike. Mana Void. Sandstorm comes through. Telekinesis. They'll dust up. The Tornado. EMP flying. Fluff maybe in trouble. Steal. Oh, what a steal on that Blink. Blinks away from the EMP. Man, that was really quick reaction time from Fluff. That was disgustingly good.
Yeah, Fluff's been playing insane. He went in. He EMP'd. He stole Blink. He left and got out of there without eating the EMP from the Invoker. Just great play from Nyx Assassins, man. They look so like this is just they're the complete package right now. I can't. Everyone's just playing so well.
They're hunting for Fly. They're not going to dive underneath the tower though. They were ready to go, but
yeah, we're moving forward here.
Here we go.
Mjolnir Skull Basher, new meta.
That's really that could be his choice. Mjolnir is like just optimal though for Wraith King though. Like it's so good.
It's a good farm, yeah.
Tornado EMP flying through, but guess what? Fly getting Burrow Strike. Fish is going to fly as well. Mike has living armor still. There's the Echo Slam only on Mike. He will fall, however. BKB is now up. Fly. Oh, the hook shot missed onto the Invoker. Now Clockwork gonna head out of there. Snob blinks in. Wraithfire Blast. No mana for the reincarnation. He doesn't care. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Fly will TP out. They've made a bit of room for Pat Soul down in this bottom lane, however, which is something that hasn't happened since the game really started. But as soon as I say that, Snob will TP down bottom and he'll continue to CS just on his own.
Yeah, and he's been doing a decent job of pushing out these lanes, finding himself some safe farm, but he's still farming much slower than he'd like to be. And he has bought himself, I think, a Yasha. No, it's an Ultimate Orb first. That's fine also. Give him some HP. And it's just, I mean, he's recovering, but is it going to be enough with all these BKBs coming up?
I don't know, man. The thing is, there is that
Ush
now
is just going to tear them apart.
There's the Blink Dagger for the Earthshaker, and if he gets level 2 Echo Slam, I don't know, it could be a fight that could go their way. Well, TP Ush, blink away, he doesn't have it. He'll lose all of his mana right now. They're going to chase after. EMP's stolen by Fluff. They'll steal another spell. They'll get Ush here. That's a big pickup. Fisher's crossing paths. Now Hookshot not available, coming out for another 7 seconds there. They might look for it. Fly looking to initiate. Sna getting forced away by Fluff. Well played there. Will they continue the chase? It looks like no. A top 5
forced away and then
man.
Immediately mana boots, so he also has mana for reincarnation. So they might, yeah, they're gonna re-engage here. With reincarnate up, I think they're feeling pretty confident about their chances. They have Epicenter as well. Yeah, I think their plan is they're gonna actually try to gank Patsol again. Man, this
guy can't catch a break.
No breaks for
Patsol.
Well,
actually, it's a little too early to say because he might get caught out and killed. Blink away. That's another trap that's there. He's gonna blink back to home. He's not gonna stay in the jungle, I don't think. Yeah, he's gonna blink away. Okay, so this smoke is not gonna get.
They should
really
still get someone though.
I don't think they can find anybody. Look at where they're sitting. They're sitting behind this tier 2 tower, which they have yet to dive really. And
I forgot this tier 2 is still here.
So that's rough, I think. And now top 5 are playing very smart Dota. They're essentially making sure Pat Soul is getting farmed. They know he's really the only hope they've got. And Seeking Assassins, for the first time, it feels like their backs are starting to get pressured, at least a little bit. The gold graph is dipping, albeit slightly. It's still something they have to be aware of, and they know that Pat Soul is going to continue to farm. They'll keep making rotations, but now with this gank squad here for top 5, this may not be the best initiation for Ush and the rest of Sneaky Nyx Assassins. Coming up the backside, Ix Mike has that Invis rune. Who will he catch out of position right now? Do they have Sentry Wards down here? There's no gem up ready to go. They'll all back off. Mike is ready to go on somebody, but the rest of the team looks like it won't be. Sandstorm, EMP's going to fly. Fisher, hookshot misses again. Mike, he's out of mana. He'll Arcane up, though. He's got no mana still. Echo Slab comes through. Pat Soul still chasing. There's going to be Sna jumping up. Overgrowth flying in. Ix Mike still no epi, but Pat Soul, he's going to fall. That's the biggest pickup they could have asked for. They'll continue to chase Ush with the BKB. The side trap slow. Sna's going to come through. Nice Fisher. He wants that Wraithfire Blast. Cogs. But no, that's not what you want. Sandstorm, the right click from Ush, too much. Ix Mike with a double kill, somehow getting back to full health and fighting strong. They'll take down 3. Now they'll probably go for Roshan.
Yeah, they've got a pretty clear path in there now. Ush can immediately run in there. You know, I was going to say, it seems like maybe they should just consider initiating with Sna, but I guess the EMP kind of tanks the reincarnation as well. But Mike just hasn't really been able to get a decent epicenter. Oh, Ush blinking up to the high ground, immediate Invis, but isn't enough to keep him alive. Force his way, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, they have the gem, but the force staff is too much. Too much mobility coming out, and well, that's a bold play from Fly and from I guess top 5 in general, and actually pushes them out of Roshan. They cannot go for it yet. They
have so many good ways to stop it though. Like
yeah,
Earthshaker with a blink, Clockwork, Invoker, AA Blast. Like pretty much all their heroes, but AM have a decent way to stop them from rushing. So I think maybe Nyx Assassins just need to look at continuing to take objectives here, finish off these tier 2s, choke down the map control even more, get a better D-ward action. I mean, there's no reason for this ward to be here. They should have gotten this out of here by now.
Can you imagine how different these fights would be if Respect hit his hook shots? He's missed like the last 3, I think.
Quite a bit.
So he's got one now, and he still doesn't have that mecha. You talked about that about 10 minutes ago, and that's an item he really needs, and starting to even become kind of useless. I mean, mech's still good at this point in time, but it's going to dwindle as the game moves on here. Not going to be as effective. It's still good, but they'll smoke up now. They'll look through the jungle and try to find somebody. They actually don't have as much vision as they used to with all those traps coming through. And well, now I don't think there's a gem up just yet for top 5, but they might consider going that route as well. Pat Soul, his Manta should be done soon. He has his Yasha pretty much completed. He just needs the recipe and then 900 gold on top of that to get to the other recipe, I suppose, for the
other
salad itself. So They'll head to the bottom jungle. They'll look for somebody. It might be Shanks, who's got a Blink Dagger of his own. He'll be able to get away. Sna has his Mjolnir now done, which is a gross item. And Ush is going to continue to farm. His Desolator's not too far off either, so...
Yeah, that's going to help him quite a bit as well. I mean, just these huge damage items are so good on TA. With this Blink Dagger, with the BKB, he has really efficient ways to deliver his damage, so definitely going to be looking for him to connect.
Middle tower is under attack.
The problem is...
They are, I think they are under pressure here, though, like you're saying. Or at least I think you were about to say. Like,
Yeah,
Patsol's, he's farming, man.
He is. This is the problem. He's very slippery, and every gank that's been attempted on Pat Soul has required a lot of effort from Sna, whether it's through a smoke, whether it's through good positioning. It's been difficult, and they're not really able to push in to top 5's base because of EMP, because of Tornado, because of Fisher, because of AA ult, because of what have you, and you talked about it a bit with the Roshan. It's the similar kind of story for a tier 2 tower.
Absolutely.
So you've just kind of got to hope that you're going to get a good fight going your way if you're sneaking into Assassins. For Pat Soul and for top 5, it comes down to just farming more items, and even a Manta style probably won't be enough. It'll be good, but he needs more than that.
Yeah, you need more than that for sure. I think maybe next need to keep trying to smoke gank. I think a good smoke gank might be the best way into this. They also, with the Deso now, can just brute force these towers like they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they're low enough, and they weren't in position for top 5 to defend that, and that's one thing. But maybe they try to defend this tier 2 tower bottom. They really, I don't know if they can afford to lose this last outer tower, but I've been wrong before. They're going to TP top. Pat Soul, they think that they're split pushing right now, so Pat Soul's going to try to go for tier 1 top, and this might be his downfall. No, he'll Manta up and leave. That has got to be really disheartening for Sneaking X Assassins, just to kind of commit that kind of play and not able to get anything out of it. Sna, he'll make his way out of there. He's got a Blink Dagger, but on the hunt, Fly and the rest of the squad are nearby, but they cannot pick up the kill on Sna.
What is Invoker going to go for from here? This one's 3,000 gold. I guess you could go something like an Aghanims. Maybe just get a Hex.
Hex, I think, or Orchid.
Hex is probably better.
Maybe Orchid, but then again, against
Orchid could be okay.
Against Sna, it's not as good. Maybe against somebody like the TA or even against Ix, Mike, or Fluff, that might be good. But
yeah, I think I'd rather have the Hex.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe that's his item choice, but we'll see. He's saving up a lot of gold and kind of puts us in that direction.
First chat trivia of the game. Who are the only 2 heroes to average over 600 GPM in Pro Dota 2 during 6.81? Well, that's a very limited...
6.81 or 6.80?
I think it's 6.81. I mean... Oh,
yeah.
No. All right.
You got it.
Okay.
All right.
6.80.
2 heroes.
Why don't we let the chat think about it, and we'll talk about the game.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a little bit here. But looks like they're gearing up for maybe a Roshan fight. Both teams clearly placing a pretty large weight on this Roshan. I mean, we've seen top 5 very actively defend it. Knicks have gone for it now a couple times and just not really been able to get their hands on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. It's been rough, I'd say. And
we're gonna try to get this last tier too.
Yeah,
I think this is a step in the right direction for securing that Roshan. Cutting off that TP point is pretty huge.
Bottom tower is under attack.
She's going to go to work here on this tier 2 tower, and they need this right now. They need something going their way. This still gives Pat Soul time to farm, and he's going BKB next with an Ogre Club, so I'm not sure if you touched upon that already. But now, without those tier 2s there, they might feel a bit more comfortable going for Roche. They have complete map control because of that Gem of True Sight Whitebeard purchased up not too long ago. They're not going to go for Roche yet. They know where everyone is. They draw a line with Whitebeard saying, hey, listen, everyone is up here right now. If we can get them caught out of position, we can get a kill. And, I don't know, though. I feel like
Roche... It's like they're not really set up for it.
No, they're not. They're all down bottom here. They're sitting around the Roche pit, and they've accomplished their mission of taking down all of the tier 2 towers, but now they still don't have complete map control to stop them from farming their own jungle, from stopping top 5 from farming, their jungle. And this is going to be... oh, man, he's getting closer to that BKB. Sna's going to get caught out. Echo Slam's going to go. EMP's going to fly as well. Sna will not have mana. Oh, he does! He does have mana to reincarnate. The EMP hit after he died. He'll reincarnate, and they cannot... Well, at least they force out the reincarnation, but it's only down for 60 seconds. They'll try to TP away. Shanks, do they have vision? It looks like no. He'll get out in time. A nice TP's coming through.
What do you think Snog is going to buy from here? Just like A-Blade?
Could be A-Blade. Could be Assault Cuirass if they want some minus armor.
That could be pretty good.
I think Abyssal's probably the best way, though, because they need to lock down the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, I think A-Blade is just... Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Just being able to get something through the Anti-Mage. AM and Shadow Fiend, the top farmers in 6.80. Huh.
And Tiny, which, yeah, I think goes to Era pretty much first and foremost. So, like, he single-handedly makes that hero viable.
Mike.
Ooh, Mike down bottom, yeah, getting caught out.
These Sand Kings are getting real greedy with this the Sandstorm delay.
They're going to try to push into the tier 3 tower, at least maybe go for something here. They might catch somebody out of position as they're walking back. Fly, he's got a Force Staff. They'll throw down an Observer Ward. Spell will stolen. It's Cold Snap. Now, Telekinesis. Nice, Fisher. Leech Seed. Clockwork initiates in with that hook shot, but they do pick up Fly in the end. EMP flies. Ice Blast hits as well, so a lot of damage done, even though they get that kill. And with that pickoff, now they go for Rush, maybe? I don't know.
Looks like Ush kind of is looking at tier 3 here. I think they want another pickoff, but there's just no one outside the base except for the AM. He is all the way in the top lane. He almost has the BKB done. Man, Castle's... He is just good at hitting creeps.
He's good at rebounding, too, which we talked about so much yesterday.
Dire's middle tower is under
they're going to go for this tier 3 tower. They forced the buyback out of Fly, now they'll leave. I was just going to put a few more hits in before he leaves, but he's going Daedalus, by the way. I'm not sure if we talked about that already or not, but...
Nope.
That's a good item choice. They'll TP top, they'll make sure these Manta-style illusions are not going to take this tower, and they'll go from there. Ix Mike is just going to get more farm. He's very close to his Scythe of Eyes, which is a huge pickup against that AM, but again, going for BKB, in fact, having it. He's got it right now if he buys it, but they're maybe looking to cut off his retreat path. Whitebeard going to get Force Staff down. We'll see the blink away from Pat Soul just to make sure he gets out alive. And Smoke of Deceit from top 5. There's no way this is a Smoke Roast. It can't be. I don't think so.
I think that would not be a great idea.
They don't have any damage without Pat Soul.
I think they might think Nyx is Roshing.
They're not, as you can clearly see.
Yeah, they're not, unfortunately, but I think that's what they think.
Yeah, Clockwork will head into a bit. They would have been revealed already if that were the case. And they know it. So they'll back off now, and maybe we'll have a clash here. They spot out nobody just yet. There's the smoke revealed. They haven't seen anything. They just dusted. I think the fog for both teams just was a little bit off the mark there. Blink forward, Fly getting caught out. Pat Soul might leave now as well. Overgrowth is going to catch him out of position. Fly gets blown up. Can they focus Pat Soul? He's got to pop the BKB. That is a 10-second duration done, and Fly falls yet again, this time without buyback. That's a big pickoff.
Yeah, and, you know, we were talking, Nyx Assassins, it looked a little shaky there for a little bit, but they still have such a massive gold lead. Ush is just outputting absurd amounts of damage at this point. I mean, Fly died from like half HP from one meld strike from Ush, so things are definitely still not great here for top 5. And now with the Hex stun, I think they have enough stuns to really not care too much about the BKB if they get a good initiation. Unfortunately, if Pat Soul comes into the fight on them, obviously he's gonna have that BKB on and hitting away. But if they get the drop on him, they easily have enough stuns with that sheep as well to really just bring him down, and that would be potentially game ender for top 5.
Yeah, I agree with you. But
Daedalus completed.
Yeah, there's the Daedalus, but the question is, what are the other items going to be for the Wraith King or for whoever right now? And
someone probably needs an AC. A-Blade might just be too good to pass up, though.
I think it's got to be.
I think it is. Yeah, he has so much money.
They'll fort up here. This tier 3 tower. Pat Soul will try to get something done in the top lane in the meantime, but Fisher's going to fly. Mike's still ready to go. I don't think I've seen him hit a really big epi this entire game, which is fine, but Sna is going to work on this tier 3 tower. Ush now desolating it up as well. They'll focus the ranged racks. The EMP's going to fly. Sna's going to avoid that. Ush not going to be so lucky, but he doesn't seem to mind. And that's going to be your big abilities gone. They might just lose this ranged racks altogether. It looks like they will. Sna will back off, and that's just a war of attrition. You're going to lose every time, it looks like. And with the Aegis, you really don't want to fight up against Ush, but they might have to here as the melee rack's getting focused down. Pat Soul, he's ready to jump in. The Clockwork is going to hookshot in on Ush. He'll maybe throw up his cogs, push him back as well. They'll force him back down to the low ground, and well, they forced out a couple abilities. The melee Rax is still alive, but the ranged Rax gets pretty much killed for free.
I think he's going to heal up and go back in.
Yeah, they have an urn on Fluff, right? He still has... Oh, he has no
he's
charge
out of charges, unfortunately, but
no,
they still have living armor. Yeah, I mean, and they've got 2 lives on Ush, 2 lives on Sna.
Leech Seed.
Yeah, they have... oh my god, that's a lot of HP.
It really comes down to EMP, I think.
Yeah.
Blink forward, Ush jumping right on top of that hook shot, or excuse me, Clockwork, but he'll back away with the cogs coming through. EMP is going to fly. Ush is the only one here up at the high ground. He doesn't really worry about his mana too much. He's going to get Fisher. They'll force him down again. They really don't want to lose that Aegis, and I can, understand that. He's still going to go to work on these melee racks. Blink and Mike looking to try to burrow strike right now. Now Blink again from Sna. They're going to catch up Pat Sol. They'll burrow strike away. The melee racks is done, but here we go. Ush pops the BKB. 3 shots, whatever, with that Daedalus. 2 shots, the Clockwork. Pat Sol blinking further, I believe. He mana avoided somebody. He got the kill on Ix Mike. Sna, mana bird, but he's got reincarnation. Now Pat Sol getting away. Fly. He's the next target. There's the tornado. Oh, but Sna blinks it behind. He's done. 4 down. Now, not only will they get 1 set of racks, they'll probably get more. They'll get the courier as well for Ush. And that is GG. Top 5. Pat Sol. He's a miracle worker, but this time, not so much.
Yeah, and just what a great performance. Everyone on Sneak and Nyx Assassins looks so good right now.
They really do.
Whitebeard, you know, he might be the only one where like, well, he didn't do anything too insane, but he had some really great leech seeds. He had some really key living armors in the beginning of the game to help Ix Mike live through some ganks, and everyone's just performing at the top tier. I mean, how many good plays did Fluff have that game? It seemed like every single time there was a fight, he did something crazy.
Honestly, Fluff has surprised me throughout the entire ADL, and guess what? They're going to continue their road to, of course, the top seed in Group B, and they're actually unbeaten right now in the ADL. They're 11-0, looking for 12-0 after this next game. Potentially could see that come out for them. Top 5, they're looking to take this game back and, well, go 1-1 in this series. That'd be a huge victory for them. Guys, stick around. We've got another game coming up, the last game of the evening. Once again, my name is Mott. You can follow me at twitter.com/MottDota2. Joining me is What Is Hip. You can follow him at twitter.com/WhatIsHip, excuse me. And Nahaz doing our stats, twitter.com/NahazDota. Follow the American Dota League at American Dota on Twitter and AmericanDotaLeague.com. And shout out to SteelSeries, the sponsors. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back, guys. Stick around.